La 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 la.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. We're so happy you decided to come back.
Yeah, we were
hopefully.
hoping you would.
Hopefully some of you are back, and if we have new people, hi to all the new people. Yeah, just so you know, we're always like this. To all the new people out there, we're always like this.
Yeah, we just don't act our age.
And that does not mean we'll tell you our age either, though.
No.
And we definitely want to encourage you to not act your age. Completely overrated.
Yes.
But what you should be doing, do you want to know?
Is meditate.
That's right. You should be meditating. Everyone out there, I can't say this enough. Meditation, meditation, meditation.
Which happens to be the topic of our episode.
Who knew?
Let's begin this meditation journey.
Stop it. You're already putting me in a very nice mood.
I think actually, because you and I have conversations about meditation and how important it is, why not ask our beautiful tools
Ooh.
if meditation is the best way to start your spiritual journey?
I was
right?
a little, I did this a
Ooh.
little too quickly, but sorry, let's let you ask.
You're just so connected to them. They actually, it's like telepathy that's happening, because the minute she thinks it, they're already on it. So
Yeah. And we haven't, this is their first outing in a while. So they are kind of just sizing up the room, making sure. Also, I call this an energy sweep. Currently, they're sweeping the room to make sure all the goodies are here and none of the baddies are. Right?
Oh,
It's a room sweep.
I like it.
It's a room sweep. Before we begin, should we ask, are there any baddies in here? And part of them are saying, unless you consider my mood. That's a no.
That's a no.
So thank you for that. Thank you for clearing the room.
Yay.
We're just confirming we're debugged. We are just full of love and light in this room right now, and we're ready to rock and roll.
High vibration. All right, so let's go ahead and
Get
ask.
serious.
Yes. Oh,
okay, sorry. Serious face going on. Serious now. Go ahead.
Is meditation the best way to start your spiritual journey? That was a quick yes.
Yes. I'm glad to hear it, because that's how I started mine, actually.
That's how I start mine. Not every morning, but most mornings, I'll be honest.
I do. I start every morning with a 5-minute meditation. Doesn't have to be much, actually.
I think maybe that's something that people think you need to set aside 30 minutes or 45 minutes or 2 hours. I don't know what number you guys are thinking, but really 5 minutes is plenty.
It's impertinent. I think everybody should start their day in a peaceful, mindful, harmonious state before they, grab their coffee and run out the door.
And start their day.
Might as well set it up for success.
Yeah. Even if you don't necessarily meditate, which we'll get into later, there's different ways to meditate. Really, it's just opening yourself to your higher self or higher source, and you're just being still, quieting your mind, and just being in your body. And just lay like that for 5 minutes, even 3. I'll take 2 at this point. But just start and just lay there, because I know for me in the beginning it was hard to sit still too.
Yes.
So start with 2, then graduate to 3, then 5, and then who knows where the journey will take you. But just do that. Just breathe and just take in the
Take it all in, people. In fact, everyone out there, if you're meditating right now, I don't blame you. She has a way of just putting you in that place where you're thinking, maybe I should turn this off and go
No,
meditate
don't
because
turn us
you made
off.
it sound so enticing. If we lose people, it will be because of your mad meditation skills.
Well, I'll lose people to meditation.
That's fine with me, honestly. I agree.
I've admitted that I'm in the process of, I don't meditate all the time, but I do make the attempt to do it, right?
Yes, you do.
How is you're a little further along on the journey. So just to give you guys, if you were to, let's say that I'm here and mine is like here, not that there's a competition in any way, just in
Mm-mm.
terms of the distance in our journey,
Right, and
more or less. Yeah.
also depends on the work.
Yeah.
I like that work. She might not like that work as much. So again, it just depends on you.
Yeah. So I'm still in the process, but Mina, you've been doing this for quite a long time now. So do you remember what, I mean, you've explained it to me, but go ahead and share like the beginnings of your meditation journey.
Wow. I do remember the beginnings, and the beginnings were rough. I couldn't sit still. I was like, stillness, what's that? I got stuff to do.
Exactly.
That was my reaction to this. I was told, when I say told, I had done some work with some meditation teachers, and
Yeah.
they were just recommending things like be still, go to your happy place. I laughed because I go, what is a happy place? Is a happy place in my childhood bedroom where I was drawing? Like, what is a happy place? And then, you're told things like maybe the beach is your happy place. Maybe, and I tried it. I tried going to the beach, but the waves crashing is not my happy place. I like stillness. I like flow. I like predictability, I think is the right way to look at it. When I think of happy, I think of me in a when I think of happy, I think of me in a very predictable, easy situation.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
So then I tried a waterfall, which worked for a little while. Then I tried a meadow, which was also very nice. But yeah, so I started figuring out what my happy places were.
Oh, there you go. Mine's always the beach. I always start at the beach. She knows this.
I always find her there.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, will they understand that? You had mentioned once you got into your meditation and you could say got into a routine of
Yeah.
it, other things started progressing with it in regards to work and
Yes.
okay.
I'll share the story. It's not great. So once I started meditating, I realized fairly quickly
Mhm.
that I could meditate and predict the energy of the day. So clairvoyance was forming at this point, you could say.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't even realize. Okay.
I didn't know. And I remember I'd be like, huh, what is this? What is this new thing that's happening to me?
Hmm.
And I remember working on I think it was a reality show at the time. And I thought, well, I've already been meditating. Maybe I can get a glimpse into my glorious future, right? That's what I thought. I'm like, let me prepare for my day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did. I prepared for my day, and holy shit, it was the worst decision I ever made. Because what I didn't take into account is if people don't know, production work is not unpredictable. Production work is high and low. Production work is like a roller coaster all day long. If things go smooth, but only for like maybe half an hour, and
Something dips.
something dips. And because I didn't think all of these things into account, I would meditate and just go, hey, universe, tell me what my day's going to be like. And my day was always nuts, like hectic and nuts. So what ended up happening, instead of using my meditation to calm myself, put myself in a very cathartic, peaceful, I got this kind of mood.
Yeah.
I put myself in a very anxious and just chaotic. And I remember holding my car real tightly, going, oh my God, all these things are going to happen today. Oh no. So it was a terrible, terrible idea.
Yes, it
It's
was.
a great gift, but I didn't know how to use it, you could say.
When I meditate, I start in my happy place, the beach always, and it's the same place that I've already created in my mind. It's like a beach cove, and there's like forest, jungly, and then I have my home, and I'm sitting on the edge of the water, hitting my toes, and then for some reason, my mind starts to go from meditation to manifestation, which is what you brought
Oh,
up to my attention because I'm like, it'd be great. It'd be great to maybe add a hot tub to my home.
because
So I
who
start
wouldn't want a hot tub in their home?
I start adding that. Oh, it'd be great to maybe add a dock so that way I could be closer to So all of these things start happening, and I incorporate them in my meditation. So I'm actually like meditating, manifesting. I can just meditate.
Can you?
Yes,
I mean
I
that
can.
because I think my mind wanders. This lady's mind is like
I can. I mean, we've meditated together before, so
we have. We
I
have.
can keep my focus.
What we really mean is
Yeah.
when you meditate, try to be super present because that is the way to connect with whatever it is you're trying to connect. If you're trying to connect with something outside of yourself, you got
Yeah.
to find that
Mhm.
really kind of quiet within,
Mhm.
stillness within.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to connect to find answers, you still got to find the quiet and stillness within. So,
Because you have to be able to receive
yes,
the information that you're asking for. So
it's true. I'm a big time receiver.
she is.
I know I interrupted you a little bit there, but let's get back to that. So, you said you would meditate,
Yeah.
but it sounds like you were manifesting as much as you were meditating.
Yes.
Would you say, is that daydreaming? Is that a form of daydreaming that you're doing? Because I feel like people tell you in the manifesting world, they'll be like, daydream. Just imagine a better scenario than you're in right now, or imagine your future, and just whatever puts a smile on your face.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would say that. Yeah. Daydreaming is a form of meditating, manifesting. I think at work, I know people try to escape, don't hide it. I know you do it. I know you're sitting at your cubicle in front of your screen and you're like, it pays the bills, it pays the bills. And then you stop and then you just start going somewhere, or maybe you have a vacation that's coming up and you start thinking about your vacation and what you're going to do. And it's all daydreaming.
It
Yeah.
is. So,
And be careful at work too.
yes.
Don't come back to us saying, I lost my job because I was daydreaming.
Or I was watching Springboard Lily.
Let's share with them what we hinted a little bit earlier in regards to meditating together and
Oh, right.
right.
Okay. If you feel ready. I had done a group meditation with people, and I thought, why not try that with the people I actually know?
Yes. So me, you, and then our third person in our group, C.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I really didn't. I had no idea what I was doing. This was 2020 pandemic time.
Yeah, this was 2020. Yeah, because we
So,
couldn't see each other.
yes.
So we were Zooming to be able to hang out.
And we did. And when we did,
It turned out really great.
it was unexpected. It was
Yeah.
magical. It was like, holy shit.
We were amazed at ourselves, like our capability of being able to do this, where we were like,
Yeah.
are we the only ones who can do this?
Let's tell them what it was, because I feel like the suspense is like
we're building it and building it.
I
Yeah.
know.
To do this, we had to think of a process. So what we thought that we could do, since we weren't together to meditate, we could use music as a means of connecting us. So we would choose a esoteric kind of song that we would listen to, close our eyes, turn off the cameras, and mute ourselves from the Zoom.
Right.
And then we would say, okay, we're going to go down for 20 minutes. And you always keep time for us.
Yes.
And then we would do that. And then I lay down, had the music playing, went to my happy place, and then tell them what happened.
Well, what happened was I could see them. I could see both of them. I saw this one on mountaintops and climbing mountaintops. I saw the other one with lots of green colors around her and green scenery, and just she was sending me more of a vibe and a mood, and she was sending me more visuals.
which makes sense
Which
because I'm very visual.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and it makes yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. At this point, I think we were all kind of going, did did you see that? Did you see us? Did we see each other? And it was just the beginning of something so profound.
I was a little sad though because you and C were able to see each other, but I didn't.
And it's been so long that I always felt like she could always see us, but I guess
No, it took me a while to catch up with you guys. What I saw were colors and I saw patterns, almost like I was tripping on shrooms.
without the shrooms.
Exactly. But then eventually, it took about a year almost. And then
She,
finally, I saw you guys.
right. And I think it also kind of points out to you where we're not all equal on the journey
No.
at the same time, right?
Mm-mm.
But we got to don't worry, like as we went on and we kept doing this, we all got to a point where we could see each other. We could leave the group and then come back to the group. We could do so much more with it. So it was an ongoing, how many years?
We've been doing this now, going on 6.
Yeah. So don't be so, like, if you have your group of friends that you really, really jive with and are thinking, I have a set I'd love to try this with. Don't be too disappointed too quickly in case it doesn't work right away.
Be patient
Be
with
patient.
yourself.
For
Mhm.
sure, definitely, because
Be patient.
it's worth the wait.
Oh, it is. I mean, I remember seeing you, and then I saw C, and then you guys were with me, and then when we came out of it, you're like, I was at a beach, and I was like, that was me, that was me.
Yes, we had a
I was like, who
realization.
took us there? And
Yeah.
so we realized that we can take each other to each other's
Happy places.
happy places or wherever our meditation was taking us at that moment, like
Sure.
at that second. Like
If
I remember being in space, in the
yeah,
sea, on cliffs,
mhm.
and even our clothing would also
Change. Our clothing would
yes.
change, and I remember also going, okay, if I veered too far away from the group, I would go, I wonder what Jay is doing right now, and then boom, I'd be like sucked
Hmm.
into her world,
Yeah.
or I'd go, I wonder where she is, and she was always, I gotta say, the most magical.
Yes.
She was
She's
always like
the
wearing
queen bee.
she's like always, I would always tell her, go, you're in glitter, you're just magic, and
Mhm.
her reactions always sounds about right.
We learn through time, again, we've been doing this for 6 years now, that we are from the same soul family,
We are.
which was I was very happy with that news. I was like, the soul family. Yeah.
We found each other. It was meant to be.
Yes. And then we thought to make things a little more interesting,
Make them spicy.
to make it even more adventurous, is let's invite someone.
Oh yeah, and I'll be honest, I was hesitant. I was, because I'm a little like, I worked so hard to build this group. I worked so hard to build these relationships, and they were just like, let's bring an outsider into
Yeah.
this. And I let it go. I let it go because that's just me. And of course I explained myself. I'm like, I'm a little hesitant, but I'm open.
And so we did.
And so we did.
And we brought in Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa.
Yes. And we explained the process. She was down, and we went under. And I found out that in a past life with her, was her knight,
Her warrior.
her warrior,
Her
who
protector.
who protected her. And then we found out when we woke up that she didn't see us.
Yeah. So
we were surprised by that because we all saw her.
yeah. So how this kind of went down is each one of us saw her doing something in the meditation. Like each one of us had almost, you could say, like we shared her own meditation with her. So we shared the vision that she was having. So if she was walking through the forest, C saw her walking through the forest, and I saw her near a waterfall. And what did you see with her?
Well, I was in the past life with her.
Oh, okay.
That's how I realized, because I remember having a sword. So it was like way back, I don't know, maybe medieval times. And I do remember the forest. And I was just ready, like on alert to protect her. And I was in front and she was like behind. And I felt like she was someone very important, like a princess or some form of nobility. So that's why
So
I
you
was
were like her
protecting her.
knight.
I was thinking, if you have a soulmate, does that mean that you shared a past life with them? In other words, is that a requirement? Soulmate, past life. So we
Ye-
can ask the tools,
Yeah,
that question and see if that's a requirement. I'm just curious. And
let's
also
ask.
it's a legit question, I think, right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, Miss,
Yes.
that's a hard yes.
It was very hard.
So, in order to see another person in a meditation,
Hmm.
it would be pertinent
Yes.
to have had a past life with them, but not for everyone. That's not a requirement for everyone. Is that a requirement for everyone? No. That's a no. And the reason that's not a requirement for everyone because I can see people.
That's true.
So it's not a requirement for everyone, but it does make things easier, correct? Yes.
Yes.
That's a hard yes. So essentially, if people were to try this, definitely try it with people you know. Obviously. Why would you try it with strangers? That's really weird.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Where am I going with this? Please ignore me. Oh, why don't you ask Penny?
Let's see. Let's ask Penny a different question then. Let's ask Penny. Ooh, hello, Penny.
She's
Just
awake.
swirling away. Let's ask Penny if. Um, okay, here we go. Let's go back to Vanessa for a
Okay.
moment. Did Vanessa not see us in the group meditation because she's not part of our soul family between you, me, and C? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a yeah.
Yeah. I'm keeping that in. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Betty.
So that's a yes. So apparently, yeah, it does, but obviously there's more to it than that, as we've realized, because the rod says you don't have to. The person doesn't need to be part of your soul group, just depending on your skill set, where you're at with your own abilities. I think that's really
Right. I mean, like the title of the episode, it's the foundation to your gifts.
Mhm.
So I think if you are further along with your gifts, like you're able to see people regardless of soul family, not soul family,
right.
right? Where maybe someone who hasn't yet even touched their gifts might be
Touch their gifts.
has it hasn't explored. If someone hasn't explored their gifts, maybe that's when they're a little more, I'm going to say, limited in
Sure, that
regards
makes
to
sense.
what the meditation is going to bring to them and
Right.
what experience they're going to have.
Which,
Yeah.
we can say the same thing for any tool, right?
Mhm.
You dowsing rods, you haven't even tried meditating. You're not spiritual whatsoever, but you're like, let's buy a set. I mean, we can even ask them. How about this question? If you've never worked on your spiritual self
Or gifts.
or gifts, which is really working on your spiritual self, because you can't just be like, give me clairvoyance. You have to unblock yourself. And healing is part of that journey. So,
Okay. So it's actually, I have a two-parter question. So go ahead and ask your question then.
okay. So let's just say this. Is there a world in which someone's never meditated before, has never worked on their spiritual self, meditates for the first time and meditates in a group for the first time and sees everybody in this group? That's a no. Okay. Which makes logical sense to me.
Wait, what was the question though?
So the question was, would someone be able to see themselves with a group in a meditation if they've never worked on any of their gifts or done any spiritual work or done any healing work? It's a no.
Okay.
Which makes perfect sense
Yeah.
because that's like saying, I don't believe in any of this and let's do
Let's
this.
do this.
Yeah, right? Because you're sending the message you're sending is the opposite of belief. You're sending, oh, I don't believe in this, but I want to do this. It doesn't work that way. You have to believe in it and then sort of opens up from there.
Okay, so after Vanessa and the experience we had with her, we thought, let's do another one. So we decided to invite Coco.
Yes.
Coco.
Coco knows who he is. Hi, shout out to Coco. We invited, this was my friend, someone that the group didn't know. They knew about him, but they didn't.
We worked with him.
Right. Okay. So
we had a work relationship,
yes,
but not a friendship like you and him have.
I had never meditated with him. So for me, this was also my first sort of, I knew he was spiritual and I knew I was bringing a spiritual person into the mix. Like I knew Vanessa wasn't spiritual.
Right.
So I thought it'd be intriguing to bring someone else into the mix who is extremely spiritual.
Let's spice things up.
Yes. Let's see where this goes. And boy, did it go to places I did not expect. And ooh, this one was rough. Not for me.
Not for me either, thank God. But
who was it rough for? It was rough for our other friend C. Because it turns out my friend Coco killed her in a past life.
Yes.
Drowned her in the sea in a past life. And the kicker was, this was not his first murder.
Oh.
He had killed another one of my friends before in a past life. Obviously, not in real life.
I don't know if I should be your friend.
I'm in
danger.
I should come with a sign, buyer beware. Knowing him, I understand where this kind of violence came from because he's always been a protector in all of his past lives.
Okay.
He plays the role of the protector even now. So it made perfect sense because in his brain back in his past life, he was probably working for the church. And what did the church do with people who practiced anything that felt like witchcraft to them? Was they were like, go kill that person.
And C was
a practitioner of the arts.
Yes.
My other friend was also a practitioner. Oh. And she got beheaded. So I don't know what's worse, drowning or being beheaded. You choose your poison.
No, thank you. Choose neither.
I choose to live.
Yeah, right? So it was a real past life.
This was. And it did, like looking back at it now, he shared past lives in a sense.
Yeah.
With more than me, actually.
That is kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Huh. I just had an aha moment.
Me too.
There.
That's why I shared this. We're having an aha moment in the moment. Because it also confirms to me that he is maybe not a direct part of our soul family, but he's definitely shared past lives with us.
There's a connection.
There's a connection there. If you ever have a past life regression meditation or something, to realize that sometimes we weren't always good. That sometimes it's not good to know about your past either. I'm just saying, it's one of those, it's like a situation where, do you want to open that box? Like, I think that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, we did.
But that doesn't mean
that you need to.
Yes. And also, I think you're shown what you need to see. If I go, show me all of my past lives, I'm sure there's some shit in there that I would be like, that was me. Holy, I wouldn't want to know. So I think for the most part, when you try to open yourself up to this sort of meditation where you do like past life regressions, I think you'll be shown what's pertinent to your life now. Something that'll help you move your purpose forward
and heal.
Yes.
Yeah. That was the experience with other people in our group. And then then we had other conversations in terms of earthbound and spirit-bound, which you're really good at explaining the definition. So I'm going to leave the definition to you, and then you can kick it back.
Okay. Well, an earthbound soul is someone who's only lived an earth incarnation. So that would mean you've only ever been human. You've never incarnated on another planet, and none of that other stuff applies to you. The life you've lived has only been on this planet. And then a spirit-bound soul is someone who has lived lives on other planets, other galaxies, been other forms of beings, been galactic beings, someone who you can say is I don't like the word alien. We can say someone who is a star seed or ET, someone like that.
So the reason why we wanted to define that is because I do have another question that we had discussed about earthbound and spirit-bound. The question being, are some people who try to meditate and see nothing, just darkness, are they only seeing darkness because they're earthbound and not spirit-bound?
Huh. Well, should we ask the dowsing rods?
Yes.
Well, here we go. Here goes nothing. Jay has a very particular question she would like to ask you. Are you wanting to speak to Jay?
Oh my God. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you. Okay. The question.
Yes. They accept your love.
Are the people who only see darkness or nothingness earthbound people? Yes. It makes sense. It really does. Yeah.
But
thank you.
It doesn't mean earthbound people can't see stuff in meditation, correct? Yes. So if you're an earthbound soul and you're curious about the spirit world, the spirit realm, all you got to do is ask. See? Everyone is unlimited. Earthbound and spirit-bound are both unlimited.
We only limit ourselves.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So go ahead, all you earthbound souls, work on your jujus.
Going on to another question.
Yes, please.
Before we move on to the next topic. Can we say that we gravitate to people that we've shared past lives with?
I mean, if I think about it, without putting it out there, I think we subliminally kind of do.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we experience that, and you can say that we are an example of that. But let's go ahead and confirm it. We'll ask Penny for this one.
Let's ask Penny. Yes.
All right.
A penny for your thoughts?
I like that. All right, Penny. Let me put myself here. It'll be this way. All right, let's ask. Are most people drawn to people they've shared past lives with? Yeah. He's like, duh. I'm so sorry. We just wanted to confirm. Like, you're forgiven.
It's like, really? That question's why you wake me up?
I know. She's like, why'd you give the rods the other question and I get this one? And she's like, yes!
Which is fine. I like the sass. The sass is good because sometimes we got to give her the obvious one so she can be a bit more sassy.
Thank you, Penny. We wanted to share with you guys some of the meditations that we've experienced. Now, I will say this. We did not go out and say, we want to try this meditation. We want to try that meditation. Oh, let's try this one. It just happened organically. And as we were researching for this episode, yes, we researched, we found out that we were doing these meditations without even realizing that we were. And the reason why we want to share them with you is just to give you maybe some go-tos when you start your journey on meditation, or maybe you're already meditating and you want to try something different.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think having a list is not bad.
No.
Especially if you weren't like us, especially if you're like, give me a list and I'll go for it. Like, okay. And I think a good one to start with is the mindfulness one.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should maybe try this one first. And the only reason I'm saying that is because when you are going into using meditation for some sort of gift access, if that's where you want to eventually go, learning to get into your body is very important. So
Mhm.
learning to zen out, learning to be in the moment, learning to allow the thoughts to come and not judge them and just allowing them to leave is a big part of starting. Because again, the hardest thing for her and I was always, why am I doing this? I'm wasting my time. I have a to-do list. And that's the point. It's not a waste of time. It's really a functional um, exercise. It's
Yeah.
really a functional exercise for your body and for your mind to get into attunement.
You could say that it's the basic of the basic, right?
Yes,
Of
it
all
is.
of these meditations, this is the
Starting
basic.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
really.
should be the starting point for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, do this one first. Another one we'd like to go to is body scan meditation.
This sounds a little nuts, right? Because it's like, what does this even mean? Who's going to scan my body?
So my experience with body scanning actually was brought to me by a shaman. He asked me to sit quiet, so start with mindfulness, and then start from your toes. And basically what you're doing is you're doing a check-in with your body. And you know when your body has little aches and pains. So when you
Yes.
start with your toes, you're going to work all the way up. So down, up. You're going to imagine, for example, your feet. Do you have any aches and pains in your feet? And as you say, yep, I walked a lot today. My feet are swollen. They feel heavy. Then just imagine you are massaging them mentally through your meditation. You're asking yourselves to feel good, to release, and then just move up. And you're basically giving yourself a body hug, is what I want to say it turns out to be at the end.
My body scan is nothing like that.
I know. Hers is like far out. And literally,
The first time my body was scanned, aliens did it. And I just remember going, you're getting a body scan from a bunch of ETs right now, going, okay, cool.
wait, how did you know it was ETs again?
Because I could see them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for me, it's, I'm just not like anybody else. My firsts have been always, whoa, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
It's never been, oh, here's a nice body scan. I struggle with all of that stuff. I don't mean to. I want that stuff. I just don't go there. Something else always happens to me. So,
Do you remember what kind of aliens they were?
mm, I think the first time I did a body scan, this is more when they didn't really show themselves to me yet.
Okay.
They were more white light based.
Oh.
So just more like an essence.
Mm-hmm.
But, because they wanted me to know that they were aliens, they kept the alien shape that was in my brain. So in a way,
It was like a shadow
n-
silhouette.
no, it was a white light. And you know how the aliens that we are told that are, this is what they look like the grays?
Yeah.
So it had the shape of the grays, but it was pure white light. And I was never scared. I do remember that. I was like, okay, hi. And then they did a scan of my entire body. And I remember feeling warm in the areas that they were scanning. I
Huh.
do remember that. I felt a warm sensation in particular areas as their light went through. Like, when they do the chakra scans
Yes,
or whatever.
that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
because that happens to
It's
me.
like
Yeah.
I felt them hover over certain areas, and I felt that heat. So I felt it in my root and as they traveled through. And yeah, it's weird to even talk about today because I'd completely forgotten about this. And for you to bring it up just now, and I had a ping.
Yeah, because I was thinking of another body scan, which will be in another episode, but I didn't realize this one.
No,
Okay.
this was through meditation, which makes perfect sense. That
Yeah.
body scan was not through meditation.
No, it was not.
No,
Again, another episode that you'll have to wait for.
don't worry. I've got a lot of these weird ones.
Okay, so that's body scan. And then we have guided visualization.
Mhm.
And I think you and I like a particular type of
Yes.
guided meditation, shamanic, and
Hmm.
actually one specific person's shamanic meditation, and that's my go-to when I want someone to tell me a few things and kind of have them do the work for the guiding instead of myself.
Which is great, actually.
Yeah, it is nice. It's
You
nice.
can you can just be in your body and relax.
And just concentrate on and focus on what they're telling you. There's several types of guided meditations, and I'm pretty sure you're going to gravitate to one specific one as well.
Probably.
Or you might be like Mida,
Who hates guided meditations? And again, I've done this. Trust me, just to explain myself to you, I'm not somebody that goes, oh, I did this once, it didn't work. I'll be like, let's try it again because everyone says it's so good.
hmm
And then lo and behold, it doesn't work. And for me, I can start wherever the guide is telling me to start. If the guide's like start at the top of your head, I'm right there with her or him, and I'm like, okay, I'm at the top of my head. But then within maybe 30 seconds, I'm on the top of a volcano, or I'm at the deep sea diving with the fishies. Like I think it's just my soul's way of saying, you do you, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is actually a good way to start as well. Once you're able to do your mindfulness and stay still,
Hmm.
if you're not sure what to do next or where to go, this might be a
A
good
good one,
way
for
to
sure.
start your own process.
I mean,
And
I went there too. Even though it didn't work, I did go there.
yeah,
Felt like the next progression. Well, have you heard of a walking meditation? Yes, you have.
I I have because of a certain someone.
Is it C? She goes on her walking meditations all the time.
She does.
She does. This is me. I'm not imitating her, but this would be me if I was her.
Yes, she does walking meditation, but I was actually thinking of another person who's really
Oh,
into the walking meditation.
my mom. My
Yes.
mom. Yeah, she is. She's a big hiker.
Yes.
And honestly, she cannot meditate. I have tried to get her to meditate, like put the music on and do all that stuff, but she can't do it. And then her argument to me is, "But when I hike, I get to my happy place. When I hike, I'm in the moment. I'm in the environment. I'm paying attention to the ground below me. I'm paying attention to the sun above me. I'm hyper present." And I realize, wow, then that's perfect for you, right? The other stuff doesn't work for her. She likes to walk and be in nature. There are people out there who like to go on walks or you like to go on hikes, and that definitely is a form of meditation. And if the other meditations don't work for you, then it doesn't matter. This is great.
Yeah, it's for you.
And also you're exercising. So two in one.
Yes.
Many benefits.
I like it. Not for me, but I like it.
I mean, wouldn't be great? Think about this for a second. If we meditated and said, give me a six-pack abs. And we woke up and we had six-pack abs. See, that's not how it works, unfortunately. With the hiking, that'll at least get you some nice calves.
All right, so we did walking, and then there's another one that I absolutely love, and you
Don't love. Never want to say the word hate because hate is too strong, but like I don't love it.
don't love it.
Mm-mm.
And that is the sound bath.
Trust me, I want to love this, but you got to tell me about all your sound bathy experiences.
So normally the sound baths that I do are with the bowls, and then you create, frequency sounds.
Yeah, and you have something at home too, right?
I have the kind that is like two cymbals, and then you sing them together, and then it goes ding. And I know when we tried it with you, you were like, "Oh my god, that's so loud!" I was like, "I'm sorry."
I know. What I learned very quickly is clairsentient people beware.
Yes, too much. I like the sound bowls, but there's also sound gongs, chimes, and
Bats?
huh?
Bats? Sound bats? Are we in a bathtub? And
No, there's no bat. That's the thing. I know.
I was thinking about it for a second, going, Why sound bath? Like all of a sudden it just occurred to me.
Because you're bathing in the sound.
That makes sense. Ooh, you say that one more time and for the camera.
You're bathing in the sound.
I love that.
Okay, so we went to Joshua Tree.
Yes, we did.
And we went to a very popular dome that does sound baths.
Integratron.
Yes.
Integratron.
And we had quite an experience there.
You in particular. She was on another experience when she had this experience.
And we'll leave it at that.
That's it.
And
for another episode.
The dome accentuated the sound coming from the bowls. And so for me, I was feeling it, and it was a chakra sound bath.
You're right.
So each bowl represented each chakra, and they went down each chakra with the bowls. And I remember, feeling it in my throat. You know how you felt the warmth from your ET scan?
Yes.
I felt tingles. It was like this tingle in my throat. And I was like, oh, it's interesting. So it felt like, and my mind went to, ooh, it must be healing. So I took it in as healing. And then heart was fine. And then it went to my solar plex. And then I felt the tickles like butterflies in my stomach. And I was like, oh, interesting. This is cool. And then the rest was, everything was fine. But I just love it. And I've done that type of sound bath. I've done high sound baths.
High.
Yeah, high.
Oh. She means elevated sound bath. She means
with a little assistance
from a little thing we like to call the marijuana fairy.
The one that I want to now to experience is one on the beach.
With the marijuana fairy?
No.
I'll just in clarity.
With just being on the beach and hearing the sound bowls with the sound of the water.
Got a fairy less.
Yes. You can find them in your area. I'm sure just do a quick Google search. They're fun for me.
For her. Yes.
And then the next one is music-based meditation.
Yes. And I think
this was big for you.
It was. And it was really big for me once I put the headphones on. I went on a whole journey without headphones. Can you believe it? I mean, it sounds a little silly now if I look back, because I remember the minute I put headphones on, something transformed. Like it elevated my, you could say, experience while meditating tenfold. Like all of a sudden, everything was crisper, things were clearer. Everything that before was sort of like, when you think you saw a ghost and it sort of disappears. I could see things, but I wasn't holding on to those images.
Gotcha.
And now with the music, everything became more dense. So like our bodies are dense. Like if I was going to have some sort of past life meditation, now it felt like I could touch the walls.
More solid.
Yeah. And I can touch the fabric of the things that I was wearing. Yeah. It became more alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Music.
I'm acting surprised. Oh my God.
Makes the people.
And as we said earlier, we use music to connect us for our group meditations.
Yes, and it's still very important to us today, actually.
That is actually a really good message. Music makes the people come together.
Yeah.
And it actually
even
did
in meditation.
Yeah, music is really important for you. For me, music is great, but it's not necessary. I would say like 50% of the time I do, and then 50% of the time I don't. Probably has a lot to do with what type of meditation.
Sure.
Like if I'm doing the body scan, the sound bath, I don't require music because I'm so focused on what the task at hand is.
I just had an aha moment.
What?
I just had a moment where I realized one of the biggest differences between us.
Do tell.
And again, it goes to the sound, like the sound bath thing. Because I'm hypersensitive to noise, I need the headphones. So the noise from outside, the noise from anywhere easily takes me out. So the headset for me is the noise canceling, right? It's like in the moment, be in the present. What's your question? That kind of stuff. So as soon as you said that, I was like, I get it.
Mm.
So many pings and pongs I'm getting today.
Actually, something else that helps. When I do like the body scan and even the gratitude meditation, which I'm going to get into in just a minute, I do go into my walk-in closet. And the reason why I go into my walk-in closet to do those is because the darkness helps, but I don't need the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on that note, gratitude.
I'm so grateful to be doing this podcast
I'm
with
so
you.
grateful too, even though we're not meditating at the moment, but yeah. Gratitude meditation. I'm sure you've seen this on social media quite a bit.
It works though.
It does. It not only puts you in a really great place, it puts you in a high vibration. You can use it to start your day on a positive note. And also, who doesn't want to hear thanks? Why wouldn't the universe not want to hear you say, thank you, universe?
Yeah.
Thank you. And you can go super deep. Like I remember, and I mentioned this to you with a friend of ours. She was helping me with meditation and gratitude. And she said, do you thank the universe for the hot running water that you have in your home? Do you thank the universe for your bed, the pillow, the sheets? Like some people don't have that. And I'm like, I never thought to think that deep about gratitude because we take everything
We do.
for granted.
It's a good way to, when you're in the funk, to get out of the funk
Yeah.
really quickly, right?
Yeah. So that is gratitude. And it's close to affirmations. So there's affirmation meditation, and I do this as well. And with affirmations, at least for me, they're the type that have to do more with me and my inner self.
The love story.
Yes, it's learning to love yourself, right? Affirmations such as you're intelligent, you are strong, you are smart, you are loved, you are courageous. Those types of meditations, they at the beginning feel like, okay, because you're probably in that place that you don't believe what you're saying, but through time and through repetition, it does help. And even when you're, like you said, in a funk,
It's, well, I was just honestly thinking logically, the person you've had the longest love story with is yourself. I mean, the minute you got onto this planet, you have a love story with yourself. And if that love isn't strong, how is someone else supposed to love you? It's a profound type of realization. And I love that you brought up these affirmations because you're working on your strongest love story, honestly. And it's a beautiful journey to go on. If you aren't on this journey and if you're having a hard time loving yourself, please take a cue from her, because this will really set the tone for other things to enter your life.
I started listening to affirmations like on YouTube and Spotify. And then I realized that it would be more helpful to listen to me saying them and make it more believable. So I created an affirmation list, a couple of them from my phone, just recorded, and just I love myself. Or you can even say, you can start with you instead of I, if that's easier. You are great. You are smart. And then just leave some pause between to let that sink in and then go on to the next affirmation.
Not to make light of this, but it reminds me of The Help. As you were saying it reminded me of that scene.
And that leads us to our last type of meditation. And I'm going to hand over the reins to you because your shadow work meditation is much more ahead than mine. I'm still in the middle of it.
Shadow work. So for me, shadow work are a bit like the shamanic meditations for me.
Okay.
So I might put on some shamanic music with heavy drums, and then I will somehow connect with my inner child and sit with her shame, sit with all the things she felt she wasn't good enough for, just help her through the toughest time she's already been through. And as I'm working with her, I'm also healing myself because she is me. So it's interesting to look at yourself outside of yourself. Because sometimes it's easier. You know how we can easily give someone else love and care,
Mm.
but we have a hard time giving ourselves that same love and care. So I think shadow work is great when you remove that inner child from you and look at her face to face and address all of her insecurities and address everything that she's kind of still maybe irritated by or doesn't feel good enough for, and treat her as if you would treat a best friend and give her love and care, give her just an ear to even an ear to listen to, just to sort of be that lovely person that maybe she didn't have at that time in her life when she was feeling all of this shame. So I'll go there, and then when I'm really in it, my shadow work becomes like a roast.
Mm.
I'll see my ancestors, and they will be like, imagine like when you see movies and someone's roasting a giant pig, but it's you. You're the one on the skewer. You're being roasted. And then what I see is like all the dense, dark doubt, whatever is still in your body, it gets released. So it's pretty intense actually. It's really intense stuff. But if there's things that are there could be things that are so deep,
Yeah.
that inner child work doesn't necessarily work on because your inner child doesn't even know that it's there. Sometimes the work goes extreme. And some people have like ayahuasca experiences with
Yeah.
this stuff. It's like that, but without any drugs. It's just you on a fire pit, actually. And essentially, what you do is just call it in. You're like, okay, I need to do some heavy stuff. Feel like I've been just clogged like a drain, like clogged
Yeah.
like a drain. And then these lovely people just show up and sort of help you process this and get you cleansed through fire. Ouch. Burning. I realized for me, most of my healing work is through fire. It's not through water. Water is emotional, but my deep healing work is through fire.
Interesting. I don't do that for shadow work. But
You can call me a workaholic.
but I am familiar with the process of shadow work because I did have to do some shadow work for some energy that was around me that I needed to face because it was a fear.
Right.
So I am familiar with
Yes,
that.
yes, you are.
Yeah. But yeah, my shadow work right now is journaling, talking to my friends.
Yeah, that's shadow work for sure, especially if you're discussing things with friends that you've been afraid to discuss.
Yes. And therapist.
Shout out to the therapist.
Yes. Hey. So that's been my shadow work so far in regards to dealing with the healing of childhood traumas. Yeah.
Hey, as long as you do the work, doesn't matter how it gets done.
That's the point.
Let's bring it back to us for a second.
Okay.
We had a unique experience in a cabin.
Ooh, cabin, yes.
Cabin in the woods. Not a freaky movie experience. But freaky.
It was.
It was. But we'll focus on the unfreaky part. We'll focus on the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So this is something I've done in the past with myself, but I've never done it with a partner.
Mm.
And what we decided was we would go on a bit of a twin flame past life.
Trying to understand some history.
Yeah. We decided we would write a question down. We each had a journal. We each brought a journal. We wrote down the same question. And then again, same thing. We put the headphones on, we put the same music on, and we went under. And very intentional meditation. So we meditated very specifically on one question. We
Mhm.
both hyper focused. And then what did we learn?
That it works. That's the main thing, that it does work. And I got to find out that I am my twin and his current uh,
Squeeze,
lady, yeah, main
main squeeze
squeeze
lady.
girlfriend, and I have had a love triangle in past lives. And yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
Absolutely fine. Usually, if you find stuff out about past lives, it's like unresolved. So look at it from that space. If you see a past life, sometimes it's just so you can see what ties you together, like we did when we saw our
Yes.
past life together. But then you could see a past life like for this specific reason because she wanted a specific, she asked for a specific question to be answered. She got a very specific answer, which tied to her
Current.
present situation.
Yes.
So basically, make sure you do all your karmic purging every lifetime. Don't leave anything behind, people.
Yeah, really, because it's just going to come back. Testament, I'm telling you, it's just
Mm-hmm.
going to come back if there's something that you haven't dealt with in the best way that you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
while you're here.
while you're here. Yeah.
So on that note,
But then you, but then you take it one step further because you
oh
did that
right,
with me, and then with our friend C, you helped her out with something.
oh okay, yeah, I remember this. So
Yeah.
um, this happened twice because again, I don't broadcast my gifts. I just all my inner group is like, I have a problem, and I'll be like, let me see what I can do. And if I can't do anything, I can't do anything. There's no pressure either way. So one of my friends had asked about her, like she just hadn't worked in a while and was wondering if she was going to get a job soon. And I said, oh, let me see if I can find this out for you. So again, similar thing, except I didn't write down the question. My intention was to find that answer. And I got an answer, and I remember telling her, I go, I don't know what this means, but I see money coming out of your mattress. I mean, that's the meditation sometimes, right? You're just like, money. And I remember when I got this vision, I was like, money coming out of your mattress. I'm like, what would I think if someone told me that? And I went, you know what? Spirit gave me this. I'm just gonna tell her and then move on with my life. And I remember I told her, I go, I see money coming out of your mattress. I'm like, I have a feeling you're gonna get work soon. And then I'm like, does money coming out of your mattress mean anything? And she's like, you're crazy. I don't know what the fuck this means. Which is fair because I would have been like, this is the weirdest vision you've ever given me before.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, she gets a job working from home, working out of her bedroom. And the kicker, she was going to get extra money for her work setup, which was in her bedroom, hence the money coming out of the mattress.
Yep.
See, the universe has a weird way to show you things. I mean,
Clearly a sense of humor.
clearly. They're like, money come, see what you can do with this. And then another friend, again, people love asking me about when am I going to get work questions. Another friend asked me about when she was going to get a job. And I remember I told her, I go, I see you signing contracts. And she went, crew paperwork. Fantastic. And then again, a couple of weeks later, she got a job. So I never get dates. If you're like, what date am I going to get? That just doesn't happen for me. But if I can see, apparently it seems like if I can see something, it's happening quickly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because maybe if I didn't see anything, I'd be like, nothing to tell you.
Yeah.
But each one of these people asked, and I saw something, and lo and behold, there was work.
Yay for them. And the reason why we brought that up is because we wanted to also encourage you to experiment with meditation.
Yes.
Because there might be something that we listed or that you read about that may not work for you, but maybe if you tweak it a different way and come up with your own type of meditation.
Oh, definitely. Create your own meditation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely give it a whirl.
See what happens. Share your story.
Share it with us because we'd be like, let's try it.
We're game. We're totally game.
We talked about meditation today. We just have a couple closing questions, right?
We do.
Because we wanted to know, and I thought this was great when you brought this question up. I love this question. Is meditation practiced in other dimensions? Like, is this just a human thing or is this a universal thing? So we'll go ahead and ask Penny this one.
Sounds good.
And see what she says. All right, Penny. So, can you tell us, please, is meditation practiced in other dimensions? Is that a yes? Go ahead, girl. Put your back into it.
That's a sexy yes.
Yay!
Thank you, Penny.
Thank you. So, yeah.
I think I'm going to always remember to say a penny for your thoughts. I feel like it's a good segue anytime it's going to Penny.
Penny for your thoughts. You know, that actually does make sense because we have had conversations about ETs, and when we meditate, we see ETs. So there has to be a connection with meditation for them to be able to connect with us. Yeah. So that does make sense. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I just had that aha moment there. It's like, okay. Yeah. And then we have another question that we wanted to ask.
Is curiosity a prerequisite for ETs to make contact with human beings?
So it is a person's curiosity. So it is human curiosity, I guess, the question.
Right. You have to. I feel like because of my own ET scan experience, I'm confused by this question now because I don't think I was curious about them when it happened, when they scanned my body. But anyways, let's ask anyways. Because
okay. So we have this. So now we have this other question.
We have a twofold. They almost hit me in my chest there.
They almost hit the mic.
Is human curiosity a prerequisite for ETs to make contact with them? Ooh, yes. That makes sense because I guess you don't want to scare anybody. Yep. Yes, you don't want to scare anybody.
Yeah.
So apparently when it comes to me, there are no rules.
You weren't scared.
Oh, yes. Okay, you're messing with me now, clearly, guys. Yes. So I think you were just testing you were testing the waters with me. And clearly I was fine. So then I guess you could say, in general, if people are already doing this work, don't be surprised if there's a peekaboo moment.
ET.
Because in a way, it's just really your guides. Most of it's your guides communicating with you. So if they're thinking, okay, she's done this, she's done that. Now, what if I just peek in and say hello for the first time?
We're referring to our galactic guides.
Yeah. That it makes sense that they would do that.
Okay, and then we have one last question.
Yes, we do.
Do ETs prefer to communicate with humans through meditation? I have an opinion, but I'm not going to say anything yet. And we'll ask Penny.
A penny for your thoughts.
All right, Penny. Do ETs prefer to communicate with humans through meditation?
Yep. Look at her. She likes having more action, so we're going to just give her more.
Into it, girl. Thank you, Penny. That makes sense to me because isn't it it's a safer environment, right?
It is a safer environment versus getting pinged in the pond or like all of a sudden walking by someone and going,
it's poor things.
It's a gentler approach.
It is. Yeah. Because you can easily get out of your meditation. Ooh, I have another question.
Okay.
Do ETs also communicate through your dreams? Yes.
Which makes perfect sense for someone like you.
Yes, that's why the question came. Thanks, Betty. Because, I get a lot of messages through dreams and I'll share them with you. And then we're trying to figure out what
does it mean? Let's tell you what we got for you now. We got something for you. We're not going to leave you without making you do a little bit of work.
Yeah. Call to action time.
Because you heard about Jay and I's cabin meditation. I'm curious. I'm curious about this mainly because there's so many of you out there who've already been on this journey. Maybe never thought of meditating on a particular question. Let's get you to do that. So think of something you want to ask your guides, the universe, whatever it is you believe in. Write it down. Intentionally put your focus into this. Go to YouTube, anywhere you listen to meditation music, find 432 hertz frequency, and then go down and see what happens. Tell us what happens. I'm already dying to know, and you haven't even done this.
Yeah. You have your homework to do, which is
432, one question, meditation.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to tell us about it, please, because we would like to know the experience that you have, because we've shared ours and we liked.
Yeah. And I really do believe in my heart of hearts that so many more people can do this, but just no one thinks of doing it. I mean, that's where I'm coming from with this. I'm not putting it out there because I don't think it's possible. I really think anybody can do this, especially for all you people who are already meditating. I feel like this is just the next level to get to.
Yeah.
And if you're already doing this, write us anyways.
Yes, please let us know what you've experienced with your meditation.
Yes. And I think this has just been an amazing episode to do and talk about, because our love story sort of grew through meditation.
Yes, it did.
And it opened up our world completely, and it helped us grow together and grow separately, and just taught us so many amazing things. So on that note, we wish you all well. We want you to all be happy, and we want you to always stay curious.
La 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 la.